victims off guard. What happens when a Gray Tree Runner Mantis and a Lykan Huntsman drop their invisibility cloaks? Their true and deadly colors are revealed. One of the most powerful tricks a magician can master is to make things disappear. And in the monster bug world, invisibility can mean the difference between life and death.
Camouflage is probably the most important form of defense in the bug world, even for really capable fighters like Mantis. Once your foes spot you, you have a good chance of being injured or even killed. They can't see you, they can't hurt you.
The Gray Tree Runner Mantis has perfected the art of blending in. It moves about the forest like a shadow.
This guy is like a ninja who can slip through the enemy territory without being seen, and then launches lightning-fast attack, catching the prey totally unaware.
Even the mantis's massive compound eyes are striped, so their enemies can't see them in the trees. Made from hundreds of tiny units called omatidia, they're among the sharpest binoculars in the insect world. Detecting prey where others only see shadows.
The size of the Gray Tree Runner's eyes gives a great indication of how important they are. They can spot things that other bugs would have no chance of seeing.
The mantis hits its target with pinpoint accuracy. It grabs this grasshopper like a kung fu master snatches a passing fly. But holding it down is a bigger challenge. The grasshopper's legs bristle with spikes. One well-placed kick could deliver a permanent KO. But the mantis has raptorial legs. Once you're trapped, there's little chance of escape.
The raptorial legs of all mantises are extremely efficient weapons, even on small species like the Gray Tree Runner. Once they've spiked their prey, they hold on to it while the mandibles start inflicting the serious wounds.
Imprisoned, the grasshopper pays the ultimate price. It's eaten alive. There's no mercy in this forest. Not even for the mantis. There are other invisible eyes watching it. The Lykan Huntsman takes the power of invisibility to the ultimate level.
The Lykan Huntsman's ability to hide out in the open gives it a real predatory advantage.
If the mantis is like a forest shadow, then this spider is like the ghostly phantom of the underworld. She could be anywhere, anytime, and you'd never know.
They're relatively flat spiders that pin themselves against the bark of trees. They've got lots of hairs on their legs that make them blend into the background. They're almost impossible to find.
Those clusters of hair not only camouflage, they double as motion detectors or unwitting passers-by. If all else fails, there's her all-seeing eyes. 4 at the front, 2 on top, and another pair at the rear. Poised in the perfect ambush position, body flattened, head hidden, she has 360-degree vision. At the first sight of prey, the phantom morphs from ghost to demon.
The huntsman spiders have rotated the legs so that they're lateral to the body. And what this means is that they're able to move sideways as effectively as they're able to move forwards. This gives them a much wider range of motion so that they're able to move around fast.
As this cockroach discovers, there's no sneaking past the ghost who waits. The cockroach won't make this mistake twice. The sharp-eyed Gray Tree Runner Mantis is nowhere near as naive. It knows the perils of passing this ghostly gatekeeper. But it too wants another meal, and a fellow shapeshifter would make a tasty treat. The Gray Tree Runner Mantis is a stealthy killer in a camouflage suit. It springs from nowhere to snatch its prey and eat it alive. Then disappears back into the forest like a shapeshifter. It's not the only ghostly shadow in the forest. The Lykan Huntsman also has extraordinary powers of invisibility. So when two masters of camouflage come face to face, conflict is inevitable.
You've got a face-off here with the mantid with its good vision and the huntsman spider very close looking at the mantid. And so the question is, who's going to move first?
It's a poker game where it's high stakes, life or death. Just inches away from its opponent, the mantis tries to bluff with the ultimate poker face.
The mantis certainly isn't behaving like he's scared. He's almost mocking the spider, saying they're just grooming himself, like, I'm not even concerned about you at all. He's probably relying on his speed to run away if things get a little bit too much.
But the spider's not fooled. No amount of speed will protect the mantis now. The ghostly spider's fangs pierce the mantis's thorax like massive poison darts, stopping it dead in its tracks. The spider eats at leisure.
So what she's going to do is she'll mash up the mantid, regurgitate digestive enzymes, suck up the prey. Depending on the size of the mantid, it'll take anywhere from half an hour to hours.
When it's over, it's time to put out the trash. And the phantom of the underworld fades invisibly back into the forest. What happens when a destructive Katydid clashes with a tent spider? The home ground advantage may not be enough. From a distance, it looks like a misty cloud in a rainforest canopy. Don't be deceived. Enter this gossamer nightmare, and you're on a guaranteed journey through hell. It's the hunting ground of the tent spider. And worse still, where there's one tent spider, there are hundreds.
Tent spiders live in groups. Each spider has its own web, but it's connected by frame lines. And the big advantage of this is that they're able to feel vibrations throughout the colony. This is particularly helpful if a potential predator comes through. Less than 1% of all the spider species in the world live in groups of any sort, and these are known as social spiders. This particular spider lives in colonies of anywhere from 5 up to hundreds of webs, with the frame lines between the webs connected.
Like a cooperative fishing fleet, with all its nets linked together. The trap is so vast, so complex, escape is unlikely.
Tent spiders have unusual webs. Instead of vertically oriented, flat orb webs, their web is horizontally oriented. It's got a peak so that it is essentially a three-dimensional tent. Insects that fly in get knocked down and fall onto the web.
With bright markings to warn off aerial predators. These spiders hang out at the very top of their own personal tents, upside down and waiting for company.
Tent spiders, like other orb weavers, have 3 claws on the ends of their feet. In between the claws, they have kind of an oily gland. Although they have the 8 legs, they're just barely touching their silk.
The special oil keeps tent spiders from sticking to their own web. This fly has made a fatal error. The tent spider senses vibrations. It drops onto its prey in a split second.
They grab it in their 3rd legs, and then they wrap it up, using their 4th legs to pull swaths of silk. They wrap up their prey very, very effectively.
Once the victim is wrapped, it's bite time. Behind feelers called pedipalps are menacing fangs that curve inwards to pierce and rip their prey. Within moments, the tent spider is back at the top of her silken dome, devouring her tightly wrapped snack. Just yards away, also prowling for a snack, another equally terrifying rainforest fighter, the Destructive Katydid. Its super long antennae detect far-off prey.
The antennae are at least as long as the body, so this allows the katydid to sense prey approaching from quite some distance away. They're incredibly active and mobile, just cruising all the time, checking out, getting the cues, trying to get that little elusive chemical trail to tell it what's approaching or what's recently been around.
Its lime green body is near perfect camouflage. When it's time to eat, this bug is all business. Whether it's gorging on a giant cicada or disemboweling a live caterpillar.
This guy is the bolt cutter on 6 legs, and to make things worse, he's in the habit of eating his victims alive. He'll slice through the exoskeleton, open it up, and start munching on the soft bits beneath.
It's the essence of horror. a bestial slaughter, done with clinical precision. But there's more to this killer than just a big mouth.
Two pair of legs are lined with twin rows of spines. Now, once a prey is locked into those, it's pretty much time to call the Undertaker.
But those spiky limbs aren't just used in a death grip. They have defensive capabilities as well. Katydid front legs come with built-in sonic detectors.
Their hearing organs, called tympana, are located on the forelegs just above the spines. They use these to detect the calls of other katydids, but they can also use them to listen out for the sounds of bats echolocating. This allows them to avoid becoming prey to a bat when they're feeding in the treetops at night.
The destructive katydid and the tent spider are both sit-and-wait hunters. But they still take the occasional midnight stroll. Tonight, one of them will regret not staying home. Strung across the rainforest canopy is a silken cloud of death. For anything that enters, there's no guaranteed escape.
The spiders will attack any prey that's small enough for it to handle.
This destructive katydid has few rivals on terra firma. But when she takes to the air in these parts, she's vulnerable.
The tent spiders have lousy vision, but they are incredibly sensitive to vibrations. And so they're very, very responsive to airborne vibrations and vibrations in their silk.
The katydid's unplanned landing is met by a barrage of legs and spider silk. They wrestle frantically.
As long as the katydid is stuck in the web, it is at great risk of becoming prey to the tent spider. It needs to cut its way out, and fast.
If those jaws do break free, the fight could turn in an instant.
This katydid has really big, nasty jaws that could totally do in this spider. It's important to the spider to keep that katydid as far away as it possibly can from its body while still entangling it further or wrapping it up further in silk.
The katydid tries to kick through the silk with its sturdy hind legs. It snips at the web.
It's really a race against time. It can easily cut itself out of the web. That's not the problem. The problem is, can it do it before it's attacked by the spider and pumped full of venom?
The spider must move fast.
What it needs to do is it needs to get in there, bite the katydid, and pump as much venom as it can in there, but still make sure that that katydid can't bite it.
The tent spider makes its move. Now it's up to the venom to do its deadly work. Even as it begins shutting him down, the katydid continues to fight. But it's too late. Today, venom wins. And the silken cloud of death claims another victim. In the bug world, many things that creep, crawl, and slither share the same patch of land.